Hi there everyone, my name is Daniel J and welcome to the first ever video on my channel. If you see this video, you're probably one of the first ones to ever see any video of me, so yeah, or if you see this, I'm probably famous at that point and you watched all my videos, so if that's how, congratulations. But yeah, I'm gonna do a beginner guide here, and I'm gonna play as fair as possible, like try to have as little RNG monsters as possible, like Lucian for an example. I will try to not use him until I finished, if that makes any sense, like until I can farm basically everything in the game reliably, but I will use some that are not like RNG, that are RNG based to get, like as for an example Mab, one of the best 3-star monsters in the game for beginners, if that makes any sense. But yeah, so I'm gonna start from beginning, from the beginning, and I'm gonna end at basically being able to farm GB10, DB10, Necros, TOA, R5, raid beasts, etc, etc. And before we start, I want to make a huge shout out to ShreddedPuzzle, one of the, in my opinion, best Summoners War YouTubers ever. He is doing the exact same thing. I got the inspiration from doing this from him. I actually emailed him and he told me it was okay for me to do this, and that he basically gave me all the information I needed to do this. So without further ado, I'm gonna jump right into this game. So if you're new to Summoners War, like you see this video and you're like, oh, I want to start playing Summoners War. Oh my god, it's actually lagging a bit. I don't think that it makes that much difference because it's not really that important if it lags or not. But yeah, it basically tells the history of Summoners War, what it's about, everything, etc, etc. Now I'm just gonna be like, I'm actually gonna steal from ShreddedPuzzle, and I'm gonna name myself not Daniel J. I hope he doesn't mind if he ever watches this video. If he does and he minds, I will remove this account and start from scratch. But I don't think that it makes, like, it is any problem to him. I'll ask him if he ever sees this video and comments that it's not okay. I will of course remove the account, because this is basically, yeah, doing the exact same thing as him. So yeah, when we start, we get into this island thingy and we get to hear about the history of Summoners War. They tell us about what to do, summoning stuff, which is basically getting new monsters summoned, and we can skip. We get a Fire Hellhound, which you always get. Now we're gonna get a Water Fairy, which also is something that you always get. So what we need to do, or what I want to do until this video ends, is to have set up the entire starting of the game. And I want to, you can down at the bottom of the screen press ×3, which just makes it faster. It's not really necessary. They tell you everything about this when you join the game. But I of course know this since I've played a lot. I know the game progression and what we should do and how fast we should do it. Now there's of course people who are much better than me and would probably get done much faster than me as well. But I will just take my own pace. I'll try to do it as fast as possible. See if I can maybe, I don't know. What would be funny is if I actually became better than my main account. I mean, like, granted, my main account isn't the best account ever, but I have some pretty decent monsters on there, and monsters are basically the units that you use. As for an example, I have many different monsters on my main account. As for an example, I want to be able to clear TOA reliably, except for rotations where, like, Artemiel is 80 and Zaros and those light Valkyries are 87 as this rotation actually, and those are like the hardest rotations ever, because unless you have a very reliable team and like generally an amazing team. Oh, new user exclusive pack. Oh, at 30 days we get a legendary scroll. Alright then. Let's see if we actually make it to 30 days. We'll at least make it to 12 days. But I'll try to do this the best I can, play as much as I can, grind off cam, and try to get high level monsters, or level up my monsters in general. So we get Elven Ranger when we're done with this. I personally would not recommend you like leveling up Elven Ranger past 4-star at max. Like, I'll tell you this, there's no way in any world that you won't get a monster that is not a monster that's not better than Elven Ranger before you're able to 5-star like anything. Because, as for an example, I tried this on a second account. This is my third account though, so yeah, I know basically how to start. But I tried this on my second account, like where to go and to get everything. I actually got lucky and summoned Trevor, like first mystical scroll that I summoned, except for the one with the water fairy in it. But yeah, I got pretty lucky. I got Trevor, and yeah, if you get that lucky to get Trevor, congratulations, he's amazing. If you get like Lucian, even more congratulations, because he will help you a lot. But if you get like a 4-star that's not as good as Lucian or Trevor, like maybe get Galleon, he's amazing, but you can't use him early game. I would suggest just building him up to prepare for GB10, because first step to this guide is basically clearing GB10. I have a team that I'm thinking of, and we're probably, now I know that this doesn't happen all the time, but it happens sometimes, like not sure, depends if Comtas is generous or not. But at the moment, if I show the events tab, there is a mission complete event, which won't help that much. It will give you some extra energy. If we look here, energy, light or scroll, if you finish it, you get some scrolls, summons, tokens, you get some gems too, and I will be summoning these. And if I get a 3-star, which, as for an example, is Mab, that is not free to play in the matter that you can farm him everywhere, but it's not impossible to get him either, I will use him. And if we say, so I'm just gonna think here if I can think of a good monster to take this example for. So let's see here. Let's see. I'm pretty sure you can farm Kali. No, Kali won't work because she's not fusion for anyone important. Let's see here. as for an example, I can say this. Let's say this. We go here with some mystical scroll, which is 3 to 5 stars. If we get Susano, Water Ninja, from this, which is a 4-star, I will be using him since he is formable, and I will probably fuse him into Sigmarus. If I get Arangs, same thing, but I don't know, I'm not sure really what way, how I'm gonna play this. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go right into Sigmar's fusion, or if I'm gonna use the way that ShreddedPuzzle use, with Arjun, Arang, and those, or if I'm gonna use a new tactic, which maybe if I get lucky, I don't know. I'll see how it works out. But the starting team is always the same: Vermos, Bella, Shannon, Bernard, and Darian. That is basically the same, unless you get super lucky, get Lucian in the beginning, and you level him up and to 6-star before you even finish GB10 ever, and then you can basically farm GB7, which 6-star Lucian will be able to farm easily until you get good enough runes for Lucian to be able to farm GB10. And if you get so lucky that you get 2 Lucians, that will not really help you in the beginning, since Lucian needs extremely high amount of stats to be able to be used in GB10. So you will not really have any use for Lucian in GB10 unless you have farmed incredibly good runes before. And for an example, because I will use Lucian if I get him, not necessarily instantly, but at the time that I can can get TOA reliably, get it in very easily, maybe even TOA hard, I'll go that far. Maybe depends on what my luck is with 4-star summons. But if I get Lucian, I will slowly implement him into my GB10 team, because I feel like Lucian is he's not easy to get. I think that Comtesse actually has they probably have made some specific settings for specific monsters. Like Lucian has a lower chance to get than, as for an example, let's say Wind Ninja, because yeah, that may be how, because on my main I've gotten 2 or 3 Wind Ninjas. I still have one in my storage on my main, but I have never gotten Lucian. And from this 4-star summoning event, depending on I will probably be summoning, what do I want to summon on this 4-star event? Let's see here. So what will help us in the long run? Probably Wind. From this Nat 4 summon event, I will summon Wind monsters, because I will not use, if I get Lucian, which is probably highly it's probably not even possible to get Lucian in 12 days, which is the amount of time that's left until the event stops. But if I somehow, in some way, get Lucian, I will be keeping him in my storage until I have finished the entire game, and so I can use him for not beginner guide really at that point, but it becomes advanced guide, and I can use him for a speed GB10, maybe play around with the runes, how they work, how you can get the runes, and yeah, I'll try that. But for now, the progression is to get the GB10 team up and running as soon as possible. So what I think that I will be doing is I will probably add my friend myself as a friend, because I on my main have a Vermos level 4 Vermos 4-star level 40. Pretty good farmer. I can use he's reliable Fame on Hell 3 farmer. And I will probably add myself as a mentor too to get energy on my main, because yeah, energy is something that's not really easy to get. It takes quite a long time, and even with max glory towers, I think that it takes about like 4 minutes or so to get 1 energy. So 5 energy becomes 20 minutes to get the same as just using my rip monster once a day. And just by clicking here, add mentor, you can find everything. What I recommend searching for is Beth, the one that is the second in the middle, with the one with the, I'm not sure what, quote me if I'm wrong, but I think that's Russian, the one with the Russian name. You want to look for Lapises, which is basically the one with Flame Game. Verads are acting very good as well, like Kushka. Anubis has a Beth. You can take Lucian also, which Zeus has, but it won't help you. Like, it won't help you in the beginning. So for my own sake, I'm probably gonna use, I found 4 monsters that I can use, which is Verad, both Beths, because if Beth is ruined right, it's amazing. And I'll take 1 Lapis now. Which one will it be? To tell us, you're the lucky one. So to tell us will be that one. The last one will be my main account, which I will add later. I can actually do it now, but I do not want to spend video time because we've actually been playing for a long time already. So what I want to do, so let's see here. We have these monsters. I can't really do anything about my monster situation until we get to, like, I don't know, Famon or something. That's about the point that you start getting the mystical scrolls, and you can summon. Excuse me. You can summon good nat 3s. Like, yeah. Like, to get the nat 3s that we need as fast as possible is the most important part of this. So I'm lucky now. I have this fusion event up and running. So what I will do is that I will off cam as well as on cam just be farming like scenarios, trying to level up my monsters, as well as farming Curious Dungeon. And I'm lucky because the beginner thing actually at level, I think 13 or something, actually helps you with the, oh my god, I took the wrong one, that's embarrassing. But yeah, at level 13 it will help this fusion event, because of this fusion event you need to farm essences, which you get in the Curious Dungeon. But when you just start out playing the game, you can also get them from the daily farming. I'm not sure exactly what it's called. It's the one with the essences, daily essence farming or something. I'm not sure. I can look at it later and tell you, like, after this run. But yeah, you get like 10 essences of every attribute from there. You also get mids as well, and that will do the same effect as just farming them in general. So you'll finish this fusion support project, and since we want Vermos, we will take Arjun and Akia. I'm not sure, depends on how the game progresses. As for example, if we summon 2 or 3 of the monsters needed to summon Akia, we'll summon Akia. if it's same thing with Mykeen, we'll summon Mykeen. But Arjun will be the one that we will summon either way, because I'm pretty sure that his monsters are the hardest one to get, since you need like 2 or 3 of them. Actually, I've learned this trick that you can just click there. So Velfinodon and Iron, I'm pretty sure, and Tau as well. No, this one you can get from Secret Dungeon, but Iron and this one you can only get from scenario drops. And since we cannot farm scenario drops reliably, we will need to farm an extreme amount of that. Now this one is also scenario drops. I'm pretty sure it's easier. This one we can get from the shop, this one is Secret Dungeon, and this one is Secret Dungeon as well. These 2 are Secret Dungeons. I'm pretty sure that you get this from scenario, and this one can be in the shop and Secret Dungeons. This one you get from the quests, actually. What I'm trying to get out of this is that just by progressing in the game, by just playing in general, you will actually get monsters needed for Veramos Fusion. So it's not like, oh, I have a fusion support event, I can get them very easily. No, that is probably the last thing. I mean, like, it's not easy whatsoever. It goes down to only luck at that point, because you need magic high essences, and to get those, the thing that I would probably have to do is to farm Hall of Magic for them. Now from Hall of Magic 4, which is probably the best we can farm with our monsters when we like get Lapis and actually finish the scenario, unless we have amazing runes, but by that point, which I highly doubt. But if by that point we should be able to farm B4, probably B5, maybe B6 if we're lucky. But yeah, if we have to farm B7, which we'll have to use our rep monsters for, and that's not really something that you want to do. But since we need the highs for the fusion support event, we have to do it, or we'll just have to get lucky from the B4 farming. Yeah, it's not really the best situation if you ask me. But Water Magic Knight you get from Mount Sis now. I actually did not know that, because I'm pretty sure that last time I played you got it from like Tamor Desert or something. But now you get it very fast, so it's actually good. It's actually fine. Yeah. So what else do I want? I want to talk about my plans for this account. So my plans, I've already told you, finish every like PvE in this game. But I also want to finish like Challenger 1 or something in Arena. Like be able to do that. Get my runes to a point which I barely can upgrade them. Be able to grind the runes like as soon as I get a good rune. Like at that point, I want to get to the point where I can basically 6-star whoever I want, because I have too many Rainbow Mons. And Rainbow Mons are basically max leveled of one. As for an example, a Rainbow Mon is max leveled for one evolution, so you can evolve them to the next star, and there feed them into someone that you want to evolve from there. And Those are not easy to get for beginner accounts. I barely get them on my main account because I do not have a speed GB10 yet. But I'm pretty sure that we will be able to get a speed GB10 team pretty fast, and hopefully in like maybe 1 month or something. Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll just have to wait. And so this is the order that I'm gonna go. GB10, depending on if I get the Verd fusion material or not, until I'm finished with GB10 and have started working on a DB10 team, which is basically the same as GB10, but instead of Shannon you have Megan. And Megan is a special case, if you can say it like that. Like Megan, I would not recommend using in GB10 unless your rune quality is like over the roof, because I used to use Megan in my GB10 team on my main account, and it was barely possible since she had low base stats and was not effective like in the attribute, and that would make it so that she usually died in the boss fight, if not like before the boss fight, so it would be left to my other monsters to win, and they usually did, but there came times where I actually lost, which we call wiped. So yeah, our plan is basically to make a GB10 team that is 99% reliable, which is the max that you can get. You can never get 100% because there comes times where your monsters derp. Like, as for an example, if you have illusion, I know that everyone watching this video knows that there is not like everyone which has done GB10 here, they know that it's not 100% possible to like make it's almost impossible to make an unwipeable team in GB10, because as for an example, if you have Lucian, which is probably the best monster late game for GB10, you actually need him on extremely like amazing runes so that he can actually be able to be used there. And even if he is on max runes, max skills, everything, he's almost secured to not wiping. There comes times where he uses his amputation magic at the wrong time, making the enemy take like 2 or 3 turns, and unless you have him extremely tanky, which you usually do not have illusion, because you want Lucian to take a serious amount, you want Lucian to have a serious amount of damage, you can wipe. Now, I'm just saying this because this is what I'm feeling like can happen. I have not experimented with this, but I'm about 99% sure that it's impossible to make a 100% team. Like, there comes times where even my team, which is very good, wipes, because my team uses wrong skills. As for an example, one skill is on cooldown. My Vermos uses his violent violent procs, which just messes up the entire thing if he violent procs more than 2 times, because at that point if my Bernard doesn't use his speed buff, Tailwind I think it's called, I'm not sure, because then my Vermos will take 3 turns, basically making himself go low. Then the defense break comes because, yeah, I'm not fast enough, and it applies on all my monsters, which is pure luck that it actually does, because my monsters have reasonable resistance, not because I want to, but because I got unlucky with my rules. And then the boss attacks right after that, making it impossible to outlive his damage. So yeah, there definitely comes times where I wipe on GB10, and that is why I want to make the safest team possible. Now, if anyone in the comment section knows a good team, I would be happy to listen to that person, use that team, and maybe try to 100% GB10 if that's even possible. I know that it is on papers, more or less, because you can try it as many times as you want, but there comes times where you get that insanely bad luck. Like, all your monsters use the wrong skills, and unless you have like full idiot-proof teams, you will basically wipe. And that is not something that's impossible for any team. Especially not for any beginner team or anything. Like, beginner teams, you need to be farming with beginner teams a long time until they actually get about 90% reliable, and then a longer time to get like 99% reliable. So it takes a long time to actually finish this, and as you can see here, I'm fighting the boss. I'm almost losing because his passive makes it like impossible to deal damage to him. But yeah, right there, he froze me. That's not something that you can do on normal bosses, but since this is like the beginning of the game, you can actually freeze the bosses, which is good. You can use some different kind of monsters, like I don't know, you can, for an example, Vermos. He is very good on, like, I'm just gonna use Vermos. You're probably not gonna farm the first scenario bosses with Vermos unless you are desperate to getting a specific drop from there, and if that's so, I would not recommend farming the bosses. I would recommend farming the scenario, because it takes one less energy. And you'll probably think, oh, one energy, that's not that much. Well, for an early game player, 1 energy is an extremely high amount of energy. As for an example, you can see right besides the box with my face in it, I have 32 out of 35 something. That's my energy. And energy takes 5 minutes to regen, and about 4 minutes with the max potential, if you can call it like that, if you can call it that. So now we got Lapis. We also got this Elven Ranger. Now, do you want to take the Hellhound or the Vagabond? I would say the Hellhound. The Hellhound can do... Yeah, the Hellhound is generally better, in my opinion. I don't know why, but I like him. And yeah. But I will try to make these episodes as long as possible, because I really want people to enjoy, and I do not want to make too much progression off cam, if you get what I mean. So what I'll probably do now is I'll keep on farming the scenario. That's basically what you have to do until you get to Shuriken Remains, which is the last one. At that point you get a 5-star set of runes, which I will probably equip onto my Lapis. And because I got bad rolls on my Lapis runes on my main account, but I could still farm Fame on Hell unreliably. And if you have played the game earlier you're like on old, you want to see the fastest way to get good in the game, you will know why I want to be able to farm Famon Hell 1 with one monster. No, it's not. It's the volcano part. I want to farm it with one monster. 1 second. Yeah, bad luck. I just got a message. So where were we? Well, we were at the point that, yeah, we were gonna talk about why I wanted to farm the specific Famon Hell 1. So Famon Hell 1, if you can farm it with one monster and like, I'm not sure if it's just one monster or something, but if you can farm it with one monster, then you get a light and dark scroll. And for those of you who have played the game a lot, you know that the light and dark scrolls can have some pretty good monsters. As for example, Mantura is one, Talk is one. There are a lot of 3-star light and dark monsters that are actually good and can be used early game. Now I will not be using them, but I will be. It's better to have them for later in the game than not have them whatsoever. But if you have not already, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel, turn on notification, and just join me every day, because yeah, I don't know, I just enjoy doing this, and this is something fun to do, but I can't really do it every day since I have other things to do. But if I see that people really want to see this kind of stuff, I will try to do it every day, and will probably do it every day as well if people want to see this. But yeah, it's just to, like, this part takes a long time to actually get to a point where you need to improve your monsters so that you can actually finish this. So I got to a point where I could use Trevor basically everywhere except for, like, I don't know, some parts, and I would be able to finish it, because I'm not sure when, but you get Vampire and Revenge runes at some point. And for your new players, Vampire and Revenge is the best set on Trevor, since Vampire steals health and Revenge makes it so you attack your enemy with a 25% chance if you get attacked. And Trevor has a passive ability, which basically is activated at all times. The passive ability makes him have more damage, like, he has more damage proportionate to how much HP he has. So as for an example, if he has 50 HP, I'm pretty sure he has 100 extra damage. And his skills actually do a ton of damage in general. So if you have Trevor, congratulations, you basically finished this scenario as the best way possible, because Trevor will help you in a lot of ways, and it's definitely one monster that you can 6-star instantly if you're able to. He's not the best choice to 6-star, but it's definitely one choice, because, yeah, as I said, his passive is amazing. Like, his passive is the best ability of many monsters. There are monsters with better passives. I'm pretty sure, I'm not sure exactly who to take, because I can't just remember one with a good passive on top of my head. But Vermos is one good passive. He actually cleanses and regains HP from that. Cleansing is basically removing debuffs. Oh my god, I'm lagging a lot. It doesn't seem to be that bad. Hopefully it ends good on your end, but it's kind of lagging a little bit on my end. I don't know why. I think that it's probably just bad luck, probably. But yeah, what I'm thinking of doing is basically fusing Vermos, farming GB7, get good runes, farm GB10, get good runes, dragons, or either dragons or I'm not sure, TOA maybe, probably TOA, depends on what monsters I get. As for an example, if I end up being lucky and getting a I'm not sure. If I get Mav soon, I will be doing TOA. But if I do not get Mav soon, I will be doing dragons, because dragons doesn't need map and TOA basically does. And for TOA you also need Beretta, which needs some fusion monsters, and yeah, unless you are lucky and get Beretta some way, except for fusion, which I was lucky and I got it from a mystical summon on my main account. Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, unless you get it from another way than opening mystical scrolls or exclusive summons. Like, it's impossible to get it anyway from there. But if you get it from there, by all means, try to get a TOA team as soon as possible. TOA is amazing. I would recommend it 100%. If you can clear TOA 100, that is I would not say the fastest way to progress, because you can have good luck and you can have bad luck from the TOA reward. Now, I have really I have personally had bad luck. I've only finished TOA once because the rotation last month was a good rotation for TOA. And I finished it pretty easily. Could be better, could be worse, but it was a good one. It was a good rotation. So I got the reward, and I'm pretty sure that I got pretty bad monsters from it. Not exactly sure which ones it were, but it was some pretty bad ones. So these are pretty bad, so I'll just like engrave it on top of them all, and it basically destroys the rune. But since we had 1-star runes, it does not matter. Now we can upgrade these runes, but I choose not to, since yeah, there's no point in doing so, since we do not have on a good monster. So this monster, who is it? Okay, it's fusion for Verd. I think that it would be good to save them, but you can get them from scenario and pretty easily. So we'll probably we'll probably save them and feed them into someone to evolve. Now this is, you get mana stones and energy. I want to finish it at this point, because this is like where you need to go, like the first day. I will try to finish as long or as far as possible in the scenario by myself off cam. But yeah, and what you need is, like, I'm not sure, I got lucky, so I have this fusion support event, so I need to farm a lot of Curious Dungeon, a lot of Kyrie's dungeon. I have to farm that. And I need to just generally level up my monsters, because I have to level up 2 4-stars and 5 3-stars. And that's a lot of monsters, a lot of XP. It takes quite a time, but I am 99% sure that I can probably do it pretty easily. I'm not sure how fast, but I think that the leveling up part will be the fastest part. And then we need to awaken... Well, actually we don't. I'm not sure. See, my problem is that we do not have an AoE healer at the moment. Actually, speaking of that, I think that this will be the best thing to do. We can farm this part, which is Hall of Fire. That's one thing that you need to farm for this event, this fusion help event. You need to get fire essences, and yeah, you get it from here. So while I farm this, I will not only get fire essences, but I will also get both gems, and at the point that I reach level 13, I think it may be 8 actually. I'm not sure. I think that the Giants chapter is at level 13. I'm not sure though. But yeah, we need to farm this as much as possible. To basically get good monsters. And there we got an Assassin of Fire low. We can use this and awaken our Hellhound, but it won't help us. Now if we return to the island, yeah, at level 8, this is, no, it's okay, now I look like an idiot. So, Monster Training 101, I'm pretty sure it's easy, you don't really get anything good from it. Daily dungeon tips. That will help me a ton right now, because of this particular event, Fusion Sport Project. Now I will... What level am I? Let's finish Mount Reagan and see what we do from there. But yeah, depending on... I almost dropped my iPad. That could have ended poorly. But yeah, depending on how it goes, I'm not sure. Depending on how good it goes with this, if we like finish it pretty fast, we can probably continue playing for a while. But yeah. So if you want to see more of this kind, like beginner guide, let me know, and I will be posting this as fast as I can. Now, if you are not a beginner to this game, like you have actually played this for a while, you can farm about GB5. That is where it cuts off. You can only get from GB5. I would highly recommend to go to ShreddedPuzzle's channel and keep on watching it over there, because he is actually a better YouTuber than I am. Noda, he has like several thousands of subscribers. I only have like, if I get lucky from this video, like 3. And that is by luck. If I have to get extremely lucky to actually get any subscribers, because why would anyone want to watch me? I'm like a noob at this game and I have no idea what I'm doing. But I'm helping the ones that just started out this game, do not know what to do not know how to play. Yeah. So yeah, the game itself will teach you how to play along the game, but there comes times where I'm not sure why I have double. Oh, okay. But there comes times where you can't depend on the game to do something, because when this tutorial part, which is called the scenario, is done, the game will not help you in any way, shape or form. You have to focus on what's important and how to just in general continue playing this game. So by the point that I'm done with this guide, it'll probably be at the point where most people know how to play and what to decide to do, how to, as for an example, I will finish everything that has anything to do with PvE, which basically means person versus, I'm not sure. But yeah, I will finish scenario, dragons, giants, necros, ray beasts. Probably try to get Tartarus, which is the guild labyrinth as well. Try to get that, and at the point that I'm done with that, everyone should be able to make their own decisions about what monsters to use and not use, because at that point you all will probably know what you need for everything. Like as for an example, in Tartarus you may need a specific monster which you did not know before, so now you know. Same with dragons, same with necros, same with giants, so on and so forth. But yeah, we just have to play the game as it comes, I guess. Now, so this is the 5th. We have 2 left until this is done. It has gone 53 minutes already, or about that. So yeah, it'll take, I'm not sure. Let's see if we can, let's see here. I do have the time to do it, so I will see if I can get to the point where I can farm the, what's it called, the Hall of Fire. Hall of Fire probably being the easier one of all of them if you have a fast enough team. Same with, I mean, like, water is probably one of the harder ones if you do not have a fast water. You need to have a hard-hitting team. Like, I can start talking about the dungeon, like Karius dungeon, what you need for it. So for Giants B10, you want as many hard-hitting damage dealers as possible, whilst still, like in the beginning, where we want to make it so that we can outlive the boss. Like, we'll have one healer which heals our team, we'll have one not attacker, we'll have Vermos, which basically gives the boss a special effect called continuous damage, which deals 5% of the boss's damage every turn, and we call it dots, or we call it dots. So Vermos gives dots, but to do that we need to outlive the boss. To outlive the boss we have healing, but the boss gives damage break. The damage break is like taken away by Vermos, which has an effect that takes away that. Now, what else do we what we need is we'll have Bernard, which basically makes our entire team faster. We'll have Shannon, which attack buffs and defense buffs our entire team. And we'll have Darren, which takes 20% of our team damage up. So we lost, so I think that this is at the point where we have to power up these runes. I personally, if you can beat that, I'm too lazy to do it on manual because, yeah, I'm lazy. But if you want to, you can finish that on manual. I would recommend being able to do it on auto, since auto just tells you that you're ready for that point and that you can go on. Whilst manual, you decide yourself what to do. And I could use my rep monsters, which are basically my friends' monsters, etc. But I won't do that since I actually feel like just powering up these runes. Maybe leveling up our monsters a little bit as well. They'll need to get leveled up. Yeah, it'll work. And we got pretty bad luck that time. What we can do is just to try to find a rune for Lapis, which is our water magic knight, that has some speed, because Lapis is our main source of damage and the boss outsped us, which made us wipe. So what we need to do is, we have these fully powered up, we have some decent HP, her skills are basically HP based, or her HP based. Now if you look here, you have different quests. I would not, like, if you have taken them, okay, it's fine, but I would not recommend just collecting them yet. Because here's the thing, when you level up, you regain all of your XP, or all of your energy. So you want to level up at the point where you have no energy and no arena entries. Arena entries being basically what makes you progress faster, one could say, basically. So arena entries let you enter the arena. I will not focus heavily on the arena yet, but it's important to farm the arena because it gives you glory points. Glory points being basically what allows you to, buy some special towers called the glory towers. Glory towers give you more stats. As for an example, one glory tower gives you more HP, one gives you more defense, one gives you more, etc, etc. It basically makes it so where it's basically like a third rune, you could say. Okay, we wiped again. What we have to do is So the problem is that our Elven Ranger dies instantly because he's too weak for this. Same with our Hellhound. Our Hellhound, I mean, like, we can guess one try with the Vagabond, and since I don't want to end this before we are finished, I will play it on manual when we come to the boss fight. Because until we get to the boss fight, we should be able to do this in auto. Because our team is not the best, not the worst. It's decent enough for just starting out. Could definitely be much better. No doubt about that. Our Lapis basically used her third skill, dealt damage to everyone. Now we'll do this. So we're here. Okay, I know. I'm not new to the game. Okay, she resisted. Let's just take the first target. This. Oh my god. Okay, so this is what we need to do. We need to do this and just keep on dealing damage on the boss. Okay, we got incredibly unlucky. Same again, unlucky. Oh my. Like, we're getting very unlucky here. And since our monsters are not ideal, oh my god, that's annoying. The monster basically resisted all of our debuffs, and that made us lose. So, let's see here, what can we do? Well, at this point, you have this open. You can farm GB1, getting some runes. But what I will do is, let's see here. Fatal. I will farm this for a small while, get a specific rune. I'll farm some other ones of these to get some specific runes, and if you're a mid-game to late-game player, maybe even mid-early or early mids, you know why I'm farming here. For your new guys, I'll tell you. So this place drops a specific rune called Fatal Runes, being this rune. Now I actually got the specific rune that I wanted, because the problem is that our Lapis is too weak and too slow. Now her third skill is basically a heal, a self-heal. So what we want to do is to increase her attack and her speed to take a turn before the boss takes her third, or be lucky and not let the boss take a turn at all, because the boss, if it crits, it basically freezes you, and that's not something that you want, because Lapis is your main damage dealer, and damage dealers are usually very squishy. In other words, they have a small amount of HP. So what you want to do is to, as fast as possible, kill the boss. Yeah, basically kill the boss, nothing else. So what we want to do is just farm here until we get another specific rune. I'll tell you a little thing about when you are farming runes. In the beginning, it's not this important, but it will help you in the long run. So slot 2, 4, and 6 runes are different from slot 1, 3, and 5. Well, all runes are different from each other. As for an example, slot 1 runes can only have attack as a main stat. Slot 3 can only have defense, and slot 5 can only have HP. Slot 1 runes can have all but accuracy and resistance as main stats. which includes speed, speed being the best one for speedy damage dealers or anything that just needs speed. 6 can have everything but speed, and 4 can have everything but speed. Or, well, 4... Okay, I'll tell you this. Slot 1 has everything but 4, which are you can only get on slot 4 and 6. So to get a specific attribute, you need to know where to get it. As for example, speed, you get it from slot 2. Crit rate or crit damage, you get it from slot 4, which is actually what we're trying to do right now. Or, well, we got... Yeah, what we're trying to do right now is just to get a rune that's a percent, because the percentages are the better ones. Well, I'm not sure if the percentages are better ones for us right now, since our monsters have very bad base stats, but it will help. They are better for later. Like at the end of the game, when you get max evolved Vermos, or let's say one monster, someone with a lot of HP. So okay, Vermos has a decent amount of HP when it gets to a high level. I think he has up to, I'm not sure actually, about 7,000 maybe. I'm not sure. So what you can get maximally from a rune, oh my god, we're lagging a bit. So what you can get maximally from a rune that is not a percentage rune is 2,440. And that is a 6-star rune, which is the best you can get, and that is on base HP. Now, from a 6-star HP percent rune, you get 61%, I'm pretty sure. I can look at that right now, give me 1 second. So, okay, no. Well, let's take the Lapis as for an example. It's 6-star, it's... Yeah, you get what I mean. It has attack here, 31%. Attack couldn't get that much, but in 31% it gets to about maybe 230 damage, which is a ton of damage. Like, it's actually a very good amount of damage. I think that our Lapis has maybe... I'm not even sure how much damage our Lapis has. Our Lapis doesn't have much damage, I can tell. She barely one-shots any monsters, so yeah, she probably has quite a small amount of damage. But yeah. So what we need to do is basically increasing our... what we really need to do is just to farm runes for Lapis, making her faster, therefore being able to beat the boss. So now we've got 3 runes for the set of Fatal, which gives extra amount of damage. You need 4. Therefore, I am farming the first one, which gives me general damage. So I'm gonna farm this, hopefully... Oh my god, nothing. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep on farming this. I have the time to. I'll see if I can farm for maybe... I don't know, I'll see if I can maybe... I'm not sure. I don't know if I should play off cam on this account or not. I feel like I should. And just show the runes in the next episode. Right here, base attack. So what we do here is we basically give our Lapis the best runes from the Fatal set, which is this, 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 and this. So apply the changes. You can do this, or you can just go into the set and apply them separately. I prefer to do it the faster way. Let's just power it up to +3, because then we do not spend as much mana as we will if we power it up more. And mana is very good for us. Crit rate, that's good. Like right now we're just powering these runes up to get the stats. We're not looking for any substats, which are the ones that will pop up now. Attack is a nice substat, but it's so low that it doesn't really do that much of a difference. Now an attack percent rune here, like 3 attack percent, will help a lot. But it will get accuracy, which is not bad either, because of Lapis's third skill and second skill needing accuracy. So it's kind of okay. Resistance doesn't really matter that much. But yeah, let's see if we can beat it now. We should be able to. Lapis has increased rune quality. I think that we leveled up sometimes as well. So if we look here, we'll probably like finish this pretty fast. Lapis does it pretty fast. She does quite an amount of damage now. Now, the thing is, monsters in this game, they're idiots. They're like very dumb. They will use unnecessary skills for unnecessary like, yeah. So as for an example, we cleared that, we didn't need to use anything. So what we're looking for here is procs on our skills, which basically means that our skills actually have most of our skills do something. As for an example, this skill can make the boss do less damage. It did not, so that's unlucky. This skill decreases its defense. That was unlucky. We got stunned, and yeah, we're basically done. So as you see there, I farmed for maybe like 3 minutes or something, got some improved rune, and came in strong and defeated it pretty easily. Now Swift set is good, so I'll keep this because I do not really mind the base stat, because speed the Swift set basically makes you faster. This gives us mana and energy, which is basically what we want. And yeah, what we have to do is basically finish this, and yeah, what we need to do is basically to get good. Like more or less get good. Tulane Forest gives us magic blade runes. Blade is a set that increases your crit damage. Amazing for damage dealers. As for an example, one damage dealer is our Lapis, so we will use it for that exact reason. And the 3-star blade set is actually a good set to start with. Our fatal set we can give to our Elven Ranger, because the damage from the Elven Ranger is actually quite nice. It's not bad damage. Could be better, but it's because she has no runes and does therefore not much damage. Our Lapis, like the blade runes, they are set so that you get the same thing. You do not roll into the same thing, like you don't get the same substats, but you get the same thing. So what you get is, I'm pretty sure, attack percent on second, crit damage percent on fourth, and then attack percent on sixth, which are good stats for Lapis. This is a good rune because it has speed in the sub, so we'll probably use it for some speedy damage dealer or something. Now next, I think that this is where we're gonna use our rep monsters, because I do not plan on using them anytime soon. Well, the boss is probably where we're gonna use a rep monster, and since it's Lagmaron, I think it's Lagmaron at least that is boss. If it's not, I look like a complete noob, but I'm pretty sure it's Lagmaron. So it's a wind monster, and therefore we can use Durant's rep monster, which is a fire monster called Laika, which is actually very good because it takes no more than 20 or 30% damage of like at the time, so you can basically not hit him for more than 30% damage, which makes it impossible for the boss to one-shot him. And since the game built him with a lot of damage, he basically will two-shot the boss, and since he can't get one shot, he will probably kill the boss pretty fast. Like, focus runes, they're good for specific reasons, but I don't think that we'll use them right now. I'll just save them to rune my monsters, because in the beginning you do not want to have specific runes, you just want to rune your monsters. You want your monsters to be completely ruined. Yeah, I don't know, I think that what I'm planning to do on the channel is not only this beginner guide, but I will also, like, for everyone who knows what Reddit is, there is a subreddit for Summoner's War, which has jokes in it. For everyone who doesn't know what a subreddit is, or Reddit is, it's basically like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, anything like that. You can share photos to different people, and people can see them, or you can share posts in general. There is a section for Summoner's War posts, where there is both luck, news, announcements, and jokes. And of those jokes, I will probably be reading those jokes as a video one time. I'm lazy, I know, it's not original, I know, but I checked those jokes out like yesterday or something. They were hilarious. Like, the best jokes I've ever heard. Well, there are better jokes, but they're Summoner's War jokes. I'm pretty sure that everyone who is watching right now is a Summoner's War fan, and therefore likes Summoner's War jokes. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But again, guys, if you enjoy this, please hit the like button. Any kind of support would be greatly appreciated. Since I'm just starting out, I want to really do this, and yeah, support will just show me that it's possible to do this. And yeah, it's not like I can do this every day. I don't really get paid. I can, yeah, I have stuff to do with. I cannot do this every day since I have school, I have part-time job, you can say. I work as a soccer judge or referee, or what it's called in your country. But yeah, I cannot do this every day, but I will try to do this as often as possible. Now I will have to do this very often, I would say, but I'm not sure if I can do it every day. I will do it often, but probably not every day, because I'm not really the best player in the game, and I don't really I have other stuff to do. So yeah, if you enjoy this, you want to see more, please hit a like, subscribe. Just let me know that this is something that you want to see, and I will be doing this like as much as I can. So far it's going decently. Some of our monsters are about to get killed. I think that this part is probably the... Okay, so attack break, no. Or defense break, nope. Heal, nope. Okay. Well, our Lapis should be able to take this solo. And there we go, we won. So, yeah. Like, Comtas has been very generous in the beginning to give Lapis, like, right off the bat. So we can change to Hellhound since it's starting to get wind monsters, of which, like, there's 75% wind monsters now. So another wind monster against this would not work, but we got unlucky. We got defense broken on our fire monster, but it doesn't really matter because we'll clear that. So again, wind monsters and fire monster or water monsters, like, it's a nice mix of them. So it's not really like, oh, you can like, come in with a fire monster with no HP and it will still be alive. No, there are actually water monsters that will target the fire monster. Here we got lucky, so if we had tanks like high HP monsters, they would only target them. Now that we have, but we don't really have that, so they'll probably target. I'm actually not sure what I'm talking about, but yeah, we'll go with that. So now we're at the boss. So the boss has two attacks which are pretty dangerous: Squall and Lightning Strike. So Duran Rip Monster has an incredible amount of stats, like attack, crit damage, attack, star, everything, not grinded, but it's enchanted. It's an amazing monster, and it just becomes better and better and better when you level up. Like, the Duran Rip Monster is proportionate to your what's it called, level. It does more damage if you're lower level, less damage if you're lower level, or more damage high level, less damage low level. So we used the Rip Monster. I got a notification in chat which told me that I completed a challenge, and I remembered something. I can show you guys a specific thing. One shot. Not even close. So, like, this conversation is annoying. If you don't want to listen to it, you can change the language to, I'm pretty sure, Japanese. I'm not sure what it was. It was some language where you could basically skip it in one click. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm not gonna use it. If you want to read, you can slow the video down and you can basically read it. It's nothing important, just telling us that Durant had tricked us, and now that we are going to some ruins. Now, to the important part, I absolutely forgot this because it's not in the front page. You have to scroll down. And animated short film, if you're online at the point that this video goes live, probably not, because yeah, probably no one has heard, but you have 41 days, I can see it here, about 42 days. So if you watch this video 42 days after this video has gone live, or less than 42 days, you still have a chance to get these. So if you use Duran's Rip Monster, you can only get it once. You get 100 energy. If you enter the arena once, you get 100 energy. Simple, right? You will probably do it anyway. like more or less. But here, if you watch this video, you get a mystical scroll. Now I'm just gonna open the video, and it'll go into the video. It'll open the video, and I'll just go right back here. So that's basically what you can do. I'm pretty sure it works. Yes, you got a mystical scroll. Now, I will open the mystical scroll. If it's something good, great, I'll keep it. Depending on how good it is, I may change this series to maybe it's free to play. I don't know. But I've heard that if you go to 8008, the channel 8008 it was 808. If you go to 808 in Europe, I think it's 8008 in global, you have higher luck. So let's see. Nope, we do not. So it's the 3-star. Okay, it's water high elemental. It's not fusion, which is good. We'll not be using this since it's not free to play. Well, I'm not sure. It's an okay monster. It's not anything. Let's see here, actually. Let's see her stats. Yeah, okay, it's not really anything that is like, wow, it's so much damage. No, it's actually pretty low amount of damage. Like in difference to our Lapis, or in difference to our Elven Ranger. Granted, they are higher level, but our Hellhound is even higher damage. I will be saving this just because there are some levels where this could be nice. Well, not really, but I think that there's nothing we can use it for. Okay, Rainbow Mons. Here's Rainbow Mons. I explained that earlier. I'll explain it again. Rainbow Mons are basically like monsters, but they are max level, so you can instantly evolve them and feed them into someone else to evolve them. As for example, these are 2-star. 2-2-stars, that becomes 2 3-stars with 4 other 2-stars. The evolution process you'll just figure out. It's pretty obvious when you try to evolve someone. So you get 2 3-stars. To evolve someone from 3-star to 4-star, it requires 3. So we have 2 of those 3. That high elemental we just got, that will be the 3rd. Wait, let's see here. Do you get high? Okay, you get high elementals from here, so it is farmable. I will be using it. So the high elemental has a crit damage for water. We have 2 other water, and since crit rate is better than general damage, because 25% damage, that's not the 50% minimum HP that you get. Okay, they are using different kinds of heals. Now, our crit damage makes it so that we basically crit everyone. And that just ignored the HP, which made it so, or the defense. So there are some monsters where ignoring defense is amazing. As for an example, not sure. But there are a lot of monsters that get generally high, I'm talking thousands without runes defense. So ignoring that defense will be your main goal of winning there. And you usually use fire high elemental, which is called Kali. Oh my god, it's actually lagging a lot. I think it's probably my computer not being able to respond to the software that I'm using to record. Either way, as I was saying, ignoring the HP, oh my god. But ignoring the HP, all of light, which gives you light essence to awaken light monsters. That one has 500 times more. Oh my god, you know what, let's just manual this, because I'm not about to sit through this, because of my monsters not... Yeah, I'm not gonna sit through this because my monsters make poor choices of which monster to attack. So, okay, we got the... I'm pretty sure it's called Lulu. So, Technoblade, so we use this. Not proccing, that's nice. Okay, so what we have to do is... I think that our main goal is to outlive them as long as possible and just deal damage to them that way. Oh my... Holy... Well, that is unfortunate. I swear to God, if I'm about to lose to these two monsters, I will be pissed. Like, my monsters made the poor choice of attacking the boss first, and I made the poor choice of putting 3 water monsters in a level with wind monsters. A lot of wind monsters. Now, here, oh, this is Lulu. Now, we're about to meet some howls. All of them have... Yeah, we should be able to beat this. So... Yeah, we're going on for a long time, but this will be a nice first episode. So, the next episode will probably... So, I will be playing off-cam, but there I will probably only be preparing for Fusion, the, Vermos Fusion, because I think that if we prepare for it as fast as possible, we will be an advantage for this. So what I have to do is to get to level 8. I'll probably get to level 8 before we finish this. So there comes the harder part. Then I'll be finishing Hall of Fire to level 3, which is what you need to finish to when you get... I'm not sure what you have to do first. I don't know, what I'll do is, by the point that I talk next time, I will have tried to get our first fusion monster, because yeah, it's pretty boring to watch me just do this all the time, but because it's the first episode, I have to, and I want to progress as much as possible. I will be doing this for a long time. Yeah. So, what level am I? So I'm level 7, about to hit level 8. Okay, that is notification I'm not proud of. Yeah. So, daily dungeon tips. That will be the main thing that we're gonna be using. So, Monster Training 101 is pretty easy. I'll probably finish that very fast. Daily dungeon tips, also pretty easy. I'll probably finish that very fast as well. So, these runes... Okay, so this is the thing. The first day that you play, I'm pretty sure it's free rune removal, which means that you can remove runes for free. So we'll be... Let's actually do this very fast. So we'll be engaging these blade runes, which basically gives my Lapis an incredibly high amount of crit rate. And with the additional 20 something crit rate from our water high elemental, we will be we'll have a high amount of crit damage. So I got pretty unlucky with I got pretty unlucky with my mystical summon. If you get lucky, you can get like the best monsters in the game. Like, I'm talking about, you can get Lucian, which instantly will help you clear scenario. You can get Galleon, you can get Teshar, you can get all of these crazy monsters that you cannot even believe how much they will help you. But I got one that was formable, because, and if I got like Lucian, I would be happy, of course. But I would also be sad because I am not allowed to use it per my own terms. I want to be finishing this without, or I want to finish this with the fewest amount of possible. Yeah, I can say that. The lowest amount of possible non-farmable monsters. So far I have only farmable monsters, or monsters that you will get by playing the game. So what I will do is that I will like continue. Oh my. Well, by just completely playing the game free to play, you can get these. If you have money, I would recommend to just like if you want to spend money on the game, I will not, because I want to make this as fair as possible for everyone watching. But if you're about to spend money on the game, I would recommend buying these. Now my currency is not dollars, but think about it, like 10 of my currency is $1, so basically the last one is about $100 or something, I don't know. But yeah, it's not cheap, it's pretty expensive, but if you have the money to, for all means, you should very much so buy it, because you get a legendary scroll by buying that. I have no responsibility of ever, like, if you get something bad, I will not be responsible for that. It's all up to luck. I'm just recommending that if you have the money and you want to spend it on the game, you should buy something that will help you in the long run. And if you're a gambler, do not recommend to gamble. But if you really want to, you can buy those and try your luck. But yeah, it's not really like ideal to buy for that much money. But if you really want to buy, you can buy that one. As I said, it's not ideal. I do not recommend it. I personally have bought it. Not that one, but I've bought like $10 or something worth, and I've just gotten bad luck. It's all up to luck in this game, except for specific places where you basically can get amazing stuff from just playing. Why? Wait. Okay, so just so everyone knows, this can stun someone. It stunned the one in the edge. This one deals more damage if it's stunned, but he used it on someone else. I mean, like, why? Like, you could have dealt like several thousands of damage, but you chose to not. Okay, so this dealt quite amount of damage, a quite high amount of damage. So there we have it. So we are on our way of finishing this part. Like, I do not like monsters that heal themselves or their like allies. It's just annoying, and yeah, I just don't like it. I feel like scenario monsters should not be able to heal their allies, because that is not, it's just annoying. Like, you have this monster at 1 HP basically. Oh wow, their teammates healed him, and now he's back to full HP. Now PvP, of course you should be able to do this, but in PvE I feel like, in scenario at least, I don't feel like self-heal or anything is something that you should have in the game. So where are we now? We're at destruction, which is the 4th stage. So when we finish this, we would get rainbow mons. Right now I'm level 7, so I'll get to level 8. I'll showcase all of the quests. I'll show you basically what doing one of the quests do, and how you collect the rewards, so what the rewards will do, and etc. So this is an unlucky stage, since they have high elementals, wind no less, being extremely effective, and having some extremely high damaging attacks. The one in chat just got dragon, jeez, on that. Like, as for an example, if you get lucky and get this monster on your first scroll, GG, grats. It's an amazing monster, and it'll, like, in general, getting a 4-star, except for Lapis, in the start of the game, it's basically like having another Lapis. It will help you so incredibly much. Okay, so it's starting to look a little tight here, so okay, so what we'll have to do is this, and we lost. Okay, so we lost. No biggie, no biggie. I'll have to go. I will be completing those quests. So I'll show you what happens at level 8. We should be at level 8, like, okay, more XP. Nah. So, let's see here. 200 XP should be enough. 150. There. Okay, we get to level 8. Level 8 is where everything begins. So, reach level 15 with an attack type monster. Okay, so attack type. Oh, God. We start with this. So this is basically just telling us, well, okay, so level 15 with an attack type. So this is an attack type. HP type, attack type, attack type, attack type. Okay, any attack types here? Okay, I'll just complete this quest that just tells us that we get some extra stuff from it, because I do not really have the time to level up someone from level 1 to level 15. Like, I feel like I got that quest a little late. They could have made it so that I don't know. Okay, so if we look here, we basically finished this pretty easily, and we're done. Right? Now we start the quests for this. So the first quest is something easy. I can remember. I do it like the first thing all the time. Okay, now we come to this part again. Ah, great. Okay, so first part is strategy info. We go to Hall of Magic and watch the strategy info. Then we go to Hall of Fire. So we go to, so what you have to do is to go to Hall of Magic or Hall of Fire. I will go to Hall of Fire. You go to strategy information, and you just basically watch what monsters they use. So okay, for floor 5 they use Lapis, Bernard, Konamiya, Shannon, and Elusia. Elusia being the wind or the water fairy, which we have. I see that they also use Beladian, Lucian, Elven Ranger, Colleen, Vermos, Rena, Lucian, Theon, Rauk, Seek, and Bird. So what we have to do is to basically finish this to 4 or 3. So we watched that will finish the quest. I'm pretty sure it did not come up in chat, so I'm not sure, but I think that it doesn't, it's just for events that it comes up in chat. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that we finished it. So let's clear 2, let's clear 3, and then we're done with the video, because we're up to almost 2 hours already. Well, that is powerful. So if anyone wants me to stream or anything, just let me know and I'll probably start streaming, because I am a slave to my viewers. But when I stream, I'll probably not be playing on this account. I'll probably play on my main account, if anything. So we're at number 3. So what would be ideal is to finish this at a way that we finish it very slowly, but still fast enough for the boss not to kill us. Because what happens here is that the boss, if you don't kill him fast enough, you get a bomb that basically will kill you fast, or in one hit, and all of your monsters get it unless your monster gets lucky. Now our fairy has an effect that doesn't allow the bomb to basically get used on us. So okay, so annihilation. Okay, we get stunned, we do not get stunned, and she used, oh my god. Well, we got unlucky, we got stunned, and our wind fairy could not use her ability. But we still have to do it again for... Okay, so it actually counts because we still had it. So fatal set, blade set, I'll rune. So we just have to power up fatal, power up blade, power, and 3-star energy set. So skill ups and 3-star fatal, 3-star blade, +9 runes, awaken, evolve, and evolve. So we're here, we did this, we got some mana, that's great. We did this, we got Konamiya, an amazing monster. Now we're at removing bombs, and we get 20 mid fires for that. So if we look here, the fusion event needs us to get some fires. It needs us to get 10 fire mids, and we get 10 fire mids. So what we need to do, we got Konamiya, we just got Konamiya, so we'll just do this, and okay, we did not claim Konamiya. So there's our Konamiya. We'll go right into the Hall of Fire and do this. So Konamiya is another healer, which basically allows us to heal and remove. It's also, she also removes the bomb effect, so that is why we get her to finish that quest. Same with all the others. When you finish Wind has regeneration, so you get Colleen, which has regeneration block. When you finish Water, you get someone that actually does continuous damage, which makes it so that, yeah. Okay, so it seems like, oh god, I should have I should have manual there. But yeah, we have... okay, let's just replay this. I'll manual at the end and make it so that we actually do get that thing. What's it called? Okay, they took a turn. That's weird. Either way, Konami also has research, which allows one monster to take a turn instantly, which also is something that you use her for, because that's basically another turn, and it's actually very good. So, okay, like, we actually get unlucky if we do not get stunned, so yeah, okay, we finished it. I just want to show what happened, so let's just play b4, because there's no way that will finish b4. Like, there actually is no way that we'll finish it with the monsters that we have, unless one of them dies. So right now, yeah, you just saw Konami just healed everyone, removed the harmful effects, and we're on to the next level. So here it starts like this, and yeah, what we'll... okay, she used her thingy-jigger. So right now I think that manualing will be our best shot. So what we want to do is just keep on damaging the boss, because we cannot just finish it without doing anything. We have to kill the boss. So with defense break, we heal our thingy, ignores damage or defense, and this. Okay, this is unlucky. I think that we actually just have to play number 2. So okay, so she does... oh god, that's annoying. Well, 4 does not work, so we'll just do 3, and I can hopefully show you guys what it does, because we're nearing on that 2-hour mark. And yeah, let's just make this work, please. Okay, so first one finished, and there almost one dies, so that means that, okay, there one dies. Hopefully that one dies too. Okay, it almost did. That's good. That means that it'll probably die here in the boss stage. So okay, let's manual here. So what we want to do is not let the... okay, so heal the Kunmiya. Kunmiya heals everyone, and then we take an attack. And there we go, we finished it with removing the bombs, which gives us 20 fire mids. And those fire mid, we got 1 fire mid as well. So those 20 fire... not really here. It's here. Those 20 fire mids will help against that other thing. So here, if we clear number 5, does need... without any friend's help. Okay, of course, without any friend's help, that if it was with friend's help, that would be overpowered in every way, shape, or form. But we completed that part, so that part is done. That part is done. Okay. It's in our inbox. I thought that I was being silly for a moment. No, I'm not. I'm actually very smart. So there, we finished it. So if we collect it now, we have 31. So and here we have to max level 4-star and max level 2 4-stars and 5 3-stars, and then awaken 1 4-star. So awakening Lapis will probably be the... No, probably not actually. I think that awakening Origin... I don't know, we'll have to plan for that later. But for now, I'm pretty sure that we're done. There's nothing more that I can do for the moment. So, yeah, hopefully everyone enjoyed. If you did, like, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to never miss another video. And I would comment if you want something like this and if you enjoyed this or not, but because I really want your feedback. But for now, see you later.